Sister Shanti, members of Sri Ramchandra Mission, and volunteers of the Heartfulness relaxation and meditation team, members of this very important Interfaith Council, office bearers, and reverend persons of this Gurudwara. I am very pleased and privileged to be here with you this evening to talk about this system of spiritual practice which seeks to fulfill the expectations of great gurus who wanted to unite mankind. As many of you know, the sentence or the announcement with which Guru Nanak started his ministry was that there is no Muslim, there is no Hindu. It was a brave statement to make. No Muslim, no Hindu. Today we can say no Christian, no Parsi, no Buddhist. All of us belong to the same human family. All are souls. All are children of the same God. And if we are children of the same God, same mother, we are all brothers and sisters. But oftentimes, human race has been misguided on the basis of their faith, on the basis of their concepts of God, religion, etc., and have been at loggerheads, even at war with one another. Swami Vivekananda in the year 1893, when he addressed the World Parliament of Religions, referred to this, how fanaticism has driven people to war and destruction. He asserted in his first talk there in America that all paths lead to the same goal. Very beautiful statement, not understood perhaps because we have continued to be rooted in our own belief systems, in our own modes of worship, forgetting the fact that the people of other faiths are also our brothers and sisters. Therefore, our love and affection, our service, our consideration, tolerance of which Vivekananda spoke so often, tolerance towards all religions and all paths should be our pathway. See? Why did we forget this? Because we did not imbibe the teachings of our masters, teachings of our gurus. My master, Charity's master, Babuji Maharaj, Ramchandraji of Shahjahanpur in Uttar Pradesh, he wrote a very important book, a classic in spiritual literature. It's called Reality at Dawn. In that he very pithily said, religions divide people, spirituality unites people. A very beautiful statement. So it is all incumbent, it is incumbent on all people of goodwill, love and compassion to explore ways and means of something that can bring us back into that spiritual consciousness and proof to be found within our hearts that we are all one, not many. We are not different, we are all souls. And all souls are said to be divine in the spiritual tradition. The soul is supposed to be God Himself. An aspect of God Himself is implanted in us when we come into this incarnation. But we forget that inner identity and we embrace external identities and we misguide ourselves. Therefore, it is very imperative if mankind wants unity again to explore internally, to find an inner identity that is common to all of us. That is the spirit, the soul, God within, the self with a capital S. That is what we are in essence. We forget the essence and create differences outside. And that immediately divides people. My neighbor is not my brother because he belongs to a different faith. So this kind of a situation has to be remedied. Mankind has to be ushered into that feeling of brotherhood, of belonging to one race, the citizenry of one planet, and to set our goals to go back to that state of divinity which was implanted in us when we were created. So the spiritual path is nothing but exploring and regaining our inner reality or identity with help from outside. The Buddha came and went. Jesus Christ came and went. Kabir, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Vivekananda, saints of the Sant Mat tradition in India, the Sufi saints, any number of guides, spiritual guides have come and gone. But we are still persisting in our differences rather than unity. Therefore, my master and his master, we refer to them as Lalaji, Babuji, Chariji, and presently Kamaleshji, who is living with us, the living guide or the teacher of the system of meditation. Now he has called it Heartfulness meditation because it is a return to the human heart. The heart is supposed to be the core of the human being, the divine aspect of the human being. The heart we speak of is not the biological heart. Where the biological heart is beating, there is a divine center. We call it the soul, Jivatma, our conscience. God within. He is there, but we do not know Him. We have become strangers because we have been chasing our dreams. We have been chasing our desires, our attachments, our illusions, that this is good for me, this is not good for me, I will chase this, I will avoid this. So we have divided life into two parts, dualities, as the masters refer to Dvandva in life. Duality means this is good, this is bad, this is sin, this is virtue, this is heaven, this is hell, this is pleasure, this is pain. So I chase one set of ideas and try to avoid the other. Whereas spirituality teaches us that welcome everything that comes to you in life. The moment you are born, you are admitted to a school, the school of evolution. You have to advance class by class by accepting the challenges, the tests, the examinations which come your way. You cannot reject any of them, saying that this is unpleasant, this is painful. I don't want this. Because that is the roadmap given to us, the soul has brought it with it, and we have to follow it. And not superimpose our own egoistic desires, prejudices, prejudgments, and the ego-created goals in life which are limited, of short-term value. We have to set the eternal goal for our existence, and that is to realize oneself. It is called self-realization, self-actualization. What you are inside, you have to bring it out, externalize. You have to first feel it and then externalize it. Manifest the changes that you bring about inside in your heart, in your daily life. How beautiful it will be, we can manifest those changes. Inside we have God, He is perfect, He is the source of all love and compassion within us. But we think twice before manifesting these divine qualities of love and compassion. Only a few days back I read a forward in my WhatsApp, a friend had sent. It was about a Gurudwara, therefore I wanted to mention it. Near a Gurudwara, a Sikh gentleman is walking in the bazaar on his own routine work. He notices a family, obviously a Muslim family. 2 children, young children, faces looking very tired. Obviously, they were hungry and they did not have any money. They were passing through the town. And this sick gentleman noticed that. And he had that much of compassion in him and sensitivity in him. Although he knew they were Muslims, he invited them to the Gurudwara. He took them there, guided them to leave their footwear and gave them some, scarf and things like that, just as we underwent the procedure today, and they were taken inside to the langar. And children were so happy because they were starving. They were already looking at the food, before they entered there. And many people were eating there. They all looked at them. And they were different from themselves. They were Muslims. In any case, they ate their fill and they came out of the langar. And one elderly gentleman who was in charge of the Gurudwara came to this sick gentleman and asked him, "You brought them?" The sick gentleman felt very uncomfortable, He has brought Muslims into the langar. He said, "Yes, I brought them." Then he asked him the second question, "Have you said your prayers?" And this man had to admit, "No, they have not said my prayers." And that gentleman told him, "You don't have to. You have attained what God has to give you." See, by this single act of compassion, that person redeemed himself. That is the feeling of oneness with humanity. If somebody is suffering, somebody is deprived, somebody is being treated cruelly, unjustly, we should be able to stand up and do something, intervene. Jesus Christ talked about the spirit of the Good Samaritan. Same story. When everybody else was passing by, when a man was robbed and attacked, injured, deprived of his money, etc. Rich people pass by, religious people pass by. Many people don't want to even look at it. And the poor Samaritan comes and attends to him, takes him to an inn where he is fed, where he is looked after, his wounds are clean, bandaged, and when he is well, he is sent home. All masters have said that your religion is useless, your beliefs are useless unless it manifests in action. And we have examples of that action. The Guru's langar is the action part, where you don't distinguish between one and the other. Now we have a mission, we have a Guru, we don't distinguish between one and the other. Brothers, sisters, Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, all meditate. We sit together in our meditation halls, in our ashrams, and meditate. We eat together. The differences are erased when you pursue a common goal, a spiritual goal. So we must wish and pray that this becomes a reality on this earth. We have all limited periods assigned to us on this planet. And it is quite useless to waste away this time in internecine quarrels within the family, wars among brothers and sisters, inhumanity perpetrated by man towards his own fellow beings. Everything is going on every day, we read in the newspapers. Why? Because the individual does not want to change. My master's master, Gurudwara, wrote to the United Nations Secretary General in the 1950s, saying that your efforts for peace are to be appreciated, they are wonderful, but unless the individual changes, unless there is peace in the minds and hearts of the individuals, we will never have universal peace, global peace. Therefore, he advised that all human beings should be advised to sit and pray every day for this human integration. Peace among men. peace on earth and goodwill among men. In the Bible, in the Gospels, we read, peace on earth we should have, and goodwill among men we should have. And the spiritual path unites us towards the goal. So we should not allow ourselves to be divided. We should know the core teachings of each religion. No religion says that you should fight with followers of any other religion. Man has constructed theologies and various philosophies, but the founders of religions talked about love, universal love, and they spent all their lives in that. Therefore, we have to follow the teachings, four teachings of the Master. All masters are messages from God. I cannot say only my master. All masters. I cannot say only my God is powerful. My God is great. God is one. Nobody can appropriate him to himself. Our God is great. Our God is the creator. Our God is the father. Our God is the mother. Our God is our constant companion within our hearts. Our God is the protector. Our God is our conscience. Our God is the font of compassion and love. And therefore, if I say I am a devotee of God within, I must reflect that quality of love and compassion, which is not conditional, which is unconditional. Therefore, if I see a Muslim brother hungry, I must feed him. If he sees me hungry, he will feed me. Because under the skin, we are all the same. Same human needs, same human emotions, same ways of thinking, same ways of feeling. Now my master says, from thinking you proceed to feeling, then you will be on the true spiritual path. And the feeling comes from the heart. Therefore, stimulate the heart, awaken the heart through meditation. What do we meditate upon? The divine presence in the human heart. When we do that regularly, we connect our minds to the inner presence, whatever you might call it. We call it the divine light. Because there can be no description of God. He is nameless, formless, and attributeless. He is spirit and truth, as Jesus Christ said. So if we want to worship Him as spirit and truth, which are indefinable and indescribable, and as the Upanishads say, ineffable, unspeakable, such a thing which is everywhere is within us, in our own hearts. Only we have shut it up by a thinking mind, an analytical mind, a logical mind, a legalistic mind, a procedural mind, a ritualistic mind. And therefore, God within has gone to sleep. Now through meditation, we try to wake him up. Make him come alive and say, you be my friend, you be my companion, you be my conscience, you guide me in my every thought and action. You change me, because as my sister put it, she had many problems of temperament, fears and things like that. And she changed after this internal procedure of connecting the mind with the source of everything, source of courage, source of confidence. When she was talking about her fear, how she bypassed some shops where some people were sitting, I also remember, as a young boy, if I saw a policeman at the opposite end of the street, I used to back up, go into another lane and take a circuitous route, avoid the policeman. It is very ironic, I myself became a policeman later on. So, fears are there, unnamed fears, unknown fears, illogical, irrational fears. They are all very deep within us. So in this practice, we find these things leave us. I used to be a very angry man, short-tempered man. After I started the practice, I saw the changes coming in me. In the first few weeks, I found I was calm, anger came, maybe less, at less frequency. And after a few months, I found several days I was not getting angry or irritable, because I felt the coolness in the mind, the tranquility in the heart, which the mind reflects. Mind alone cannot be put to rest. It cannot be, tranquilized or made calm. It is the heart which harbors all the negative things. And those negative things are removed in this process of meditation and what we call yogic transmission from the teacher, the guide. And therefore, we are able to become new, rejuvenated, refreshed, and devoid of all those common things which come in the way of our mental peace and tranquility, desires, strong desires, temptations, you see. These things leave us, so we don't have to battle with them. You just make your connection with your heart through meditation. And that stabilizes you. Keep that connection during the day. As you do your work in the office, house, wherever you are, think that you are connected with God Himself in your heart. Finish. When that remembrance comes again and again, your boat will not rock. The waves will not, overcome you. You have this anchor of this connection. The anchor is within, God within. So what they call God consciousness develops through the regular practice of meditation. So I do not want to talk too long. You all have your work to do. Would like to go home, and we have to give you the sample experience of your inner relaxation, physical relaxation, inner relaxation through meditation. Because my master says, don't give long speeches. Give them the experience. Nobody ever became a saint by listening to lectures. Nobody ever got mukti or liberation or heaven by merely listening to talks. We have to do something to deserve that higher state of consciousness. We have to do some daily exercise as we do for our bodies to maintain their health. Or we go to the gym, or we go and play some games. We have to do something for the spirit within, for the soul within. Feed the soul through meditation. And your consciousness will rise. You will become a new person. You will never be limited again in your mind. Limited by your mind. Limited by your senses. Limited by your desires and attachments. You are much bigger than that. Much greater than that. Your inheritance is unlimited. Because the Lord Himself, the Lord of the universe Himself is in your heart. But we go about like beggars, begging people, give me this, give me that, give me a promotion, give me a posting, which I saw in my own police force. People begging around, you see. You don't have to beg around. He is there, He provides. As Jesus Christ said, if a son asks for bread, will any father give him a stone? See. So the Heavenly Father gives us whatever we need. The Heavenly Father brought us here. We are His responsibility. This is not to say that we have no duties to perform. We have duties to perform in this life. That is the way to develop. But about the results, we should not worry. Like in the Bhagavad Gita, they talk about karma yoga. Do not worry about the results. Focus entirely on your work, on your responsibilities. He is responsible for the results. Results may come immediately, or the day after, or 10 years hence. Don't worry about it. It is left to His sweet will and time. But it is our part to do our work, entirely focusing our mental energy on the task of the moment. That is Karma Yoga. And my master used to say, we have to add one more dimension to this Karma Yoga. That is, you do all your work in the remembrance of God. In the remembrance of God within you. Think that it's not you, but He is doing it through you. He is doing it by using your mind, your body, your will. So you are not responsible for anything at all. He is doing everything through you. He is responsible for your work, he is responsible for the results. So why worry? Relax. So that is the message I wanted to convey to you this evening, and I request you to go through this experience, and then if you feel it is good for you, it is worthwhile for you, do have some more sessions of that, because our master has prescribed 3 sessions of relaxation and meditation. 3 sessions on consecutive days. So it is up to you to contact our trainers here in Melaka and continue with it. Try it. After the 3 sessions, you can start the meditational practice at home. There are so many sisters here, they are very busy people at home right now. Our master has made a concession, you don't have to meditate, unlike brothers in the morning, early in the morning. For brothers, early in the morning, and then we perform all other duties. For women, our sisters who are engaged with their children or husbands in the morning, they can fix a convenient time during the day when they will not be disturbed, switch off their phones and sit and meditate. But do meditate every day at that time. So it's a very flexible thing, there are no rigid rules. But you are advised to do it regularly for a month or 2, see the results. And then if you are convinced it is doing good for you, there are changes coming inside you, then you will have the motivation to continue with it. If you feel it's not doing any good, you can stop it. Okay? Thank you very much for your patient listening, and I do hope my master will bless you all in this feeling of universal love, compassion and goodwill, and he will show the pathway to you, just as all our masters preceding in the human history have demonstrated to us and given us many varied paths for God realization. This is one now available immediately at hand, and if you are wise, you will seize this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Continue with the next one. This is the one that I was talking that will give you an experience. It is called guided relaxation and meditation. So if you can call on Sister Jega to come and lead the session of guided relaxation. Can you all, it would be good if you could put your phone at least on silent or off it, because it's going to, unless you're called like the doctors. Then also to sit comfortably, leave your bags and all down. You will see that they are not stolen. Put it in between your legs or something. So you're comfortable, you don't have to move around. So you just be comfortable. So it's not to be what it is and what it is. You cannot do the relaxation or meditation holding on to a lot of things. You want to take out your specs, it's up to you. But just be comfortable and don't disturb your neighbor. That is also important. Only